know about this $95 million settlement with Navy Federal that the current administration just reversed? Where $80 million were to go to the consumers, and then they had a $15 million penalties that they had to pay because they were illegally charging overdraft fees. Y'all, let's get into it. Under the current administration with the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, they dropped the $95 million overdraft against Navy Federal. And so this was the largest penalty ever against a credit union for such activity. The credit union was required to pay the civil penalty of $15 million along with refunding $80 million in illegal overdraft fees. So between 2017 and 2022, Navy Federal charged consumer overdraft fees on certain ATM withdrawals and debit card purchases, even when their account shows sufficient funds. And so, y'all, so basically what was happening, it would appear that you had sufficient funds, but depending on how they clear the different transactions, it can make your account go negative. And then when your account went negative, then you were getting all these overdraft fees. And so I'm like, y'all, that's crazy. I can't believe it. But you'll have to let me know. This was back in 2024. Did you know about the $95 million settlement? And did you get any documentation stating that you were going to be getting any of this? Now, let me know. What are you thinking about this? Because I love Navy Federal. I got 3 Navy Federal credit cards, and I had an auto loan. I've had several certificates with Navy Federal, and I love their products. But to hear about this, where let's say if you're just making your regular purchases or going to the ATM, and depending on how they process those purchases, you might think that you have the money there, but then once it posts, then it can, make your account go overdraft. Now, on the one hand, sometimes I do be like, Navy Federal, they be real slow on how they process they transactions to where it do be taking a long time for it to come out. Because the thing is, with them having 80 million that they were going to be paying out, and then plus they had the 15 million of the penalties, but now they're not going to be paying this out. It's just like, what happens to, those customers that it impacted? And you'll have to let me know, were you impacted with this? Were you thinking that you were going to get some money back? And the thing is, Navy Federal did have a case back 2020. It was, I want to say 16 million. And it had started from this one lady in regards to insufficient funds, but it's still kind of similar around overdraft fees, in my opinion. Now, those people did get paid out, but really they was only going to be getting paid out like $22 and stuff like that. But I'm wondering with this 80 million, how much were they going to be paid out? So you'll have to let me know. Did you know about this? And were you going to be getting some money? Now, in the article, it does state that Navy Federal has, made some changes to where these kind of things are not going to happen again. But if you were doing this from 2017 to 2022, that's crazy. But let me know in the comments, what are you thinking? Does this change the way you feel about Navy Federal? So you'll have to let me know. Do you think that this was a right call? And do you think that by Navy Federal just going in and reversing this to where these kind of transactions don't happen, that makes it right? Or do you think that they should be obligated to pay out the 80 million to the customers that it happened to? Let me know in the comments. What are you thinking? Please like, subscribe, share with a friend, and turn your notification bell on so you'll be notified when new content drops. I thank you so much for watching. Until next time.